Hi, there's a quick tutorial on the basic methods of building a view or visualization in Tableau. So once you have your data set imported and ready to go, you can simply click on the Sheets tab down here. This is where we can actually work with the imported data and start to create different visualizations. So you can see all of your data tables on the left side here, and within each table we have access to the different columns from the table, which we often refer to as fields. So each field is labeled with an icon, which represents what type of data is within each field. So for example, right here we have the category field and has an ABC right next to it, meaning it is textual data. Right under that we have the city field, and it has that little globe icon next to it, meaning it's geographic data, which is required to make map visualizations. So to create a visualization, there are a few different ways to move the fields onto the actual sheet. First, we can just drag and drop the data pills into the desired columns and rows. So for example, if you want to see the sales for each state, we can drag the state field into the columns and then the sales into the rows. And we can see here a bar graph that represents the sum of the sales from each state. Second, we can actually just double click the fields, and it's really nice because Tableau automatically inserts them onto the sheet, which comes in handy just because Tableau actually fits the data field into the right column that it's most likely to actually be used in. So it makes creating map visualizations extremely easy. So you can see here, if I double click state, it'll actually put the latitude and longitude directly into the correct row and column. And then say we want to see the profit from each state, we can drag this into the color filter. And then let's switch it over to average. And so here we can see the average profit for each state. Vermont being the highest and Oregon being the lowest. So the final way to get the data onto the actual sheet is to drag it into these fields here. So same idea. Say we want to use state, we want another map, you can drag state directly onto the sheet. And then let's go with profit. We can drag that into the color filter right here. Same idea as the previous map. Of course, usually want to change that to average. So lastly, the show me feature up here gives you a better idea of what type of data fields you actually need to create certain types of visualizations. Since we're focusing on maps today, we can come up here and look that we need one geographic dimension and then likely a measure. So we can select one of these. Let's go with city this time. So we have our geographic dimension. And now all we need, as we can see from the show me, is just a measure. So let's throw in orders. And we can see here that we have had most of our orders from Seattle, Los Angeles, New York, and Chicago. So yeah, these have been basically just the very basic functions in Tableau to get the data within the fields onto the sheet. And I appreciate your time and thanks for watching.